Treasure maps from the governor. Find 8 and come back for more.
Have you thought it all through?
Almost. The refugees, what will happen to them?
Well, I wouldn't be standing here in this fancy office if I didn't know how to pull the right strings. In fact, it's the only thing I know. The local governor will receive a decree signed by the House of Lords containing a request to patriate the refugees in the name of the Crown.
From where did you gain such influence?
I never asked you how you found the photograph. So don't ask the magician how he performs his tricks.
But how can I believe you?
Ugh, I presume you do believe in my selfishness. The initiator of the refugee salvation will be none other than the British envoy, savior and protector of those in need. It's a win situation for me, too. Now, what about the photograph?
You deserve to be punished, but the greater good is what matters here. I won't bargain it for justice for Naylor.
I'm glad that this situation is over.
It will be over when you settle the matter of the refugees.
You have my word, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Huh, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then. What happened to your crusade of truth? Was it not that important, after all?
No truth will satisfy you, Mr. Vogel.
It was not an attack, Mr. Holmes. If you've chosen not to tell me, I respect your intention. But it is just rather boring, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained, specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
I think I'll leave the exhibition in its current state for a while. I'll call it The Art of Vandalism.
Nasılsın?
You even brought a book, huh?
May I have... Same as always.
You just don't give up, do you?
Oh, come on, let's get closer. I can't see anything from here.
No, too early.
So we're just going to sit here all day?
Patience, John. I have a feeling this is more than simple blackmail. We'll be close when the blackmailer leaves, and then...
Go! Oh, not a pretty sight, this.
Are you able to help me?
I'm so sorry. I can't help you, sir.
Help me, please.
I'm so sorry. I can't help you, sir.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing? Head trauma. Fatal. Gravity is cruel like that.
What's happened? Oh, who is it?
A rather frivolous accessory for a military man. Shame it's all bloody now. He was stabbed several times before he fell. The shape of the wounds suggest a curved blade.
Goodness. Who is it?
The knife is missing.
What's happened? Who is it?
It's almost like he's dancing.
Dancing the danse macabre.
What's happened? Who is it?
A key, and where there's a key, there's a lock.
No signs of life, no pulse. I'm declaring Corporal Ridley dead.
Please move along. The police are on their way. Everything's, under control.
Is it now? The General's own son has fallen out of the tower, and not without help, it seems. I need to inspect the scene, and quickly.
The corporal? He ordered me not to let anyone inside without telling him. But now... Wait, are you saying it's a murder?
A brief examination of the body was enough for me to conclude that he was murdered by a blade of Ottoman origin.
You can't possibly be so certain.
Oh, I can be. The corporal suffered deep stab wounds which were inflicted with great force. They were made by a knife meant for cutting, not stabbing. A curved blade, such as an Ottoman jambir or a Gurkha kukri. I haven't seen any Gurkhas on the island, so the conclusion is quite obvious.
Amazing. You do seem more than competent. All right, go in. I'll wait here for the police.
Did you see anything suspicious?
No, sir, nothing. Corporal Ridley had to attend to some private matters upstairs. No one went in, no one came out. Oh, but that means the killer is still inside. Are you sure you want to go in alone?
I'm not alone. I have my friend with me.
Your friend? You mean your gun? There's no one at...
Never mind, I'll be fine.
The killer's gone, vanished into thin air.
The edge is covered with blood, but the tip is clean. This blade is a naval officer's dirk, sharp and well cared for. Exactly 100 mangears. The killer didn't touch them.
Gonna join the Navy after all. That'd make Mycroft so happy, you know.
Shut up, John. Can you smell the body odour, John? Someone's been hiding in here. Someone sweaty.
Unless it's a laundry chest. But then it's a different mystery altogether. The case of the vanishing sweaty pantaloons. There's a nice view from here, don't you think?
This cigarette is still smouldering. Ridley was attacked by his blackmailer, but before being pushed out the window, Ridley managed to wound him. The killer must still be bleeding.
Imagine if we'd been able to get up here 10 years ago. Oh, it would have been the perfect base.
So what happened? Was there anyone upstairs?
No, the killer escaped. We're dealing with a carefully planned assassination. What can you tell me about the deceased?
We were from the same unit, stationed together at the barracks by the bridge, but I can't say I knew him well. Maybe someone at the barracks could tell you more.
Do you know if the corporal had any enemies? Someone who would want him dead?
No, none that I know of. But then again, there's always the Ottomans. They'd want all of us soldiers dead, I reckon.
What's happened? Oh, who's it?
That was a rough landing.
Wow. Amazing, right?
Disturbing is more like it. Help me, please.
Sorry, but I never heard of this.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, but I never heard of this.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
Can I ask you a question?
I'm glad to see such civic consciousness, but I've never heard of that.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm glad to see such civic consciousness, but I've never heard of that.
Everyone's looking at us, Sherry. You sure you know what you're doing?
Doubt that this eagle is purely ornamental. Aha! A curved knife covered in fresh blood. There we go.
Careful, Sherry. Locals aren't too happy with what you're doing.
I'd
that.
better leave the knife here.
Don't touch those.
Now is a bad time to ruffle any feathers.
Go away! What? Who do you think you are? Leave it! Don't touch! Don't! No! What? Infidel! Leave it!
The barracks are off limit to civilians. You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you? Oh well. You aren't here to relieve me from duty, are you? Oh well.
Can I ask you a question?
Ah, I know this, yeah, let me help you.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't know, but I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform.
Do you know anything about this?
I'd help you if I could, but I know nothing.
Do you know anything about this?
I don't know, but I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform.
Are you able to help me?
Ah, I know this, yeah, let me help you.
Nice. A room after my own heart.
A little austere for my taste.
Can you imagine me wearing that uniform? I think I'd look rather dashing.
Rise all the way to the top. Make me proud, son. Being the son of a general must be difficult. There are scratches on the floor. The locker was moved. That's quite a hefty sum. Enough to start a new life. 2 tickets to London. Would have been a very different ending for the corporal's story. Are you able to help me?
I don't know, but I'm sure there are others who'd be glad to help a fella in uniform. Ridley's blood is on Ottoman hands. I just know it. Ridley's... Ridley's blood is on Ottoman. Ridley's blood is on Ottoman. Ridley's blood is on Ottoman hands. Ridley's blood is on... Ridley's blood is on...
Could you help me?
Brother, you're fortunate I know something about this.
you know anything about this?
My neighbor. I know nothing, unfortunately.
Could you help me?
I am sorry. That's not something I know.
I hope the police find the murderer.
Come on, let's take the rope down.
I'd rather take the stairs.
Ah, what a bore.